Okay, so I thought I'd start with who would have thought, a year ago, next month is that, you know, we've been locked down. It's kind of a little bit strange. Yeah. So what a year. Coronavirus pandemic struck Europe in 2020, pretty much. I mean, it was coming a little bit earlier, and virtually all global travel had stopped. We're all isolated and working from home, and 24 hours a day. So for some of us, it's really painful living in a flat with 2, 3, 4 children, unable to escape, and pretty much everything closed down. Manufacturing plants closed down, and millions of people have been furloughed or have in fact lost their jobs. Yeah. So this has been a hell of a year. But for us, businesses, it goes on as usual. Yeah. So we just have to keep getting on with it. So though we still face many challenges, we still got to run our daily business. The satellites, they don't know time. It's just 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So the satellite industry actually never stops. There's a lot of us working from home and doing video conferences, etc. But there's also a lot of people at home who are, increasing the number of or the amount of TV that they're watching. So as much as we're not selling, the demand for bandwidth and network has actually increased. Now, we as in SES have definitely seen a climb in demand for networks, specifically networks in areas where there's people just demanding more and more at home. So I think that our business has not slowed down in any way, shape, or form. We all know that in some cases, things like the maritime and the aeronautical has slowed down, but that's been taken up by the demand for bandwidth and content. Now, manufacturers, they have adapted, and their production has started again, and it's at a much slower pace. But we now see when COVID started is that everything stopped. I mean, we weren't producing anything, people weren't doing any tests, weren't doing any checks, no installations. But we start to see that has started to progress forward. We're seeing that we are moving forward in doing installations. Business can't stop. We have to keep going forward. And as much as flights and quarantine are still preventing us from travel, we still have to be able to get on with our day-to-day business. So here's just a few ideas of how we in SES have thought about doing things. So augmented reality, assisted reality, and a mix of both. So this is for installation support, acceptance testing, commissioning, even troubleshooting and maintenance support, and remote hands-on. Now, I was going to show a video, but I think that's too much in the direction of presenting a particular product, and I didn't want to go down there. We've looked at a couple of products, and one of them is the Microsoft assisted reality with Teams, and this uses a specific type of goggles. This is a HoloLens headset, which is really good, but it's about $3,500 a set, which in itself, is less than the flight, one of our flights to one of these sites anyway. You can also use the iPhone for the Teams, but again, you've only got one hand free. So the person on the other end who is trying to support you would only have one hand because they would be holding their telephone. And I've put a link to a video here that Microsoft has as a demo video, and it's really good. It shows you and highlights exactly what I'm on about. Another system that we've tried is the Octolus, which is a German system, and they're really pretty good, but it has a cheaper headset. You can use multiple headsets. It has cheaper, but it does have a license subscription, and that's based on a single unit or a group account. Not not a bad system at all. That's the one we have actually tested that in the field, and that works well. I do think that the HoloLens is a nicer solution, but I just thought that this would be something that we could discuss. So what I wanted to do in our discussion here is how are you managing with this? Are you seeing the same difficulties, and how are you able to resolve some of these issues? And the other thing is that how can we support each other in this? As travel is restricted, is there any way that we can come together and say, okay, I've got this thing going on in one place and I might need some engineering support. Is there any way you guys can help us out? So I just wanted to put that out as a discussion point to find out if people are having the same issues and have come up with the same solutions, or what solutions do you have? So I'm kind of open to listening to what everybody has to say. And that's basically it, yeah.